Hey you, welcome to my podcast. Do you like amebo, unsolicited advice, and very unconventional opinions about Christianity, mental health, and psychology? Then you're in the right place. It's Monday Morning Brand with Miss James H&M. Let's go! Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Monday Morning Rant with Messi James H&M, your favorite podcaster. Yes, I hope you had a very lovely weekend. You enjoyed yourself, you rested well, and you're ready to go and adult this week. You're ready to make that money and make that living. If this is your first time of listening to me, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you for clicking on this link or just seeing this and choosing to listen. I want to promise you that you will have a very good time, and you can as well go and check out my old episodes. My favorite of all time will always be Church Hot. You people know. Favorite of all time. So if you have not listened to my Church Hot episodes, go and listen to it. And if you have not listened to the progress episode where there was a guest speaker on this show, go and listen to it. All right. Last week I spoke about familiarity and how it injures our enjoying the presence of God in our local churches. And my explanation of it was based on how members can see either the choir, the people on stage, can see them finish, and it stops us from enjoying God in their lives as much as we should. So this week, I'm going to be talking about the opposite of that and how sometimes it might be the pastors that are seeing the people finish. And I'm going to explain myself in the sense that I will still reference the movie Prophet Suddenly. If you have not watched it, part 3, go and watch it. I enjoyed the movie very well, like very, very well. There were some very in-depthly portrayed lessons to learn as a believer from that movie. And also especially as a music minister or as a minister in a whole self. Just go and watch it. So there's a particular scene in the movie. If you've not watched it, I'm going to spoil this part for you. Sorry, because I'm going to use it in today's podcast. Someone wanted to invite someone to come and minister in his church, and for some reason, like, is this all the conditions? Oh, nah, no. My choir will sing. Don't worry. And that thing, I laughed a lot, but I wished so much that many pastors or church leaders and church executives can be like that guy. In the sense that sometimes the reason why we want to invite a guest minister, this popular guest minister, most of the time, I don't say most of the time, I'm not in anybody's mind or in their house when they are planning to invite somebody, but it looks like it's a publicity stunt. To me, that's what I feel. Like, okay, church will be full today, so because we are inviting big minister. If it's based on, and I also feel it's not just based on see finish from, I get the idea, as a pastor, why you want to invite a guest minister. I'm not saying, the way I'm not saying it, that sounds like it's bad to invite guest ministers. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's even biblical, honestly. Like, I think how many episodes ago, one of the rants I did some weeks ago, where I mentioned Paul visiting a town, and then he taught them from evening till the next day morning. So about 12 hours of extensive teaching because he was visiting. So if you look at it in the current time now, Paul was a guest minister in that church or in that town. So that's the reason why he had to, because they knew, oh, this guy knows more than we do. This guy has the grace of teaching upon his life and insight into the word of God. So him teaching us at length will be a blessing to us. So I get it. It's not wrong to invite guest ministers. That is not the point. The point is when we now franchise it and then make it so that the people in our local church that do the same things these people we are inviting do, but on a smaller scale, cannot grow enough to reach the height as well. And most of the time, this one has to do with singing. It has to do with music. Most of the time, not just music, Sha. I know it can also be that maybe a pastor under you growing enough to start getting invites from other churches and stuff. Can also be that, but most of the time I feel it's the singing part. We can, as church leaders, see our people finish so much that we make them feel little. Because tell me why you are inviting guest minister and there's all this paparazzi and all this scenario and all these things that we prepare and do, they are billing you 20 million to come and sing for 15 minutes and you people are hustling to get the 20 million for this big minister to come. When that lady in your choir, that guy in your choir can also be a tool in God's hands to bring down his presence in the same weight as that person you want to invite. But because of not just see finish from the members, but also see finish from the leaders in the sense that you don't think your own people can do it. Like I said, I don't want this to come off in a wrong way where it looks as if I'm saying don't invite ministers. I've explained it earlier. So in case you missed that and you want to now judge what I'm saying from this point, please go back and listen to where I referenced Paul coming to teach and him knowing more than them and them sitting, you get it. So I'm not saying it's wrong, but what I'm saying is if you cannot afford to bring that minister that you people want to bring, can you elevate your church choir or people in that choir that are good enough to a place where they can also feel that shoe and it gives the same results or at least close? Because you now see they're preparing for conference. Churches are prepping for conference now, special conference, and you people are budgeting 100 million, 200 million. I'm like, eh? And inside that 200 million, you will invite like 5 gospel ministers or singers. Honorariums are not wrong. This one, I think I'm going to rant about this one next week. Honorariums are not wrong, but if they are billing you, someone is billing you 20 million to come and minister in your church, and then you now have to bill and exert your church members, stressing them, so seed, conference is coming, let's all shake body. There are even churches where they now say every worker, this is the price you are bringing. I've ranted about this one in the past, so just go and listen to it. I'm not even going to get into that. Billing people that their salary is 200k, 150k, they are barely surviving. You are telling them, oh yeah, each worker should bring 50k. We are preparing for conference. Why can't you put that brother Titus in your choir? There's also a good singer and he has been the one leading people to worship every Sunday and presence of God they come. Why can't you put his face on the poster? Why? It's so nice to see where pastors put their own local church people on the posters for ministrations. And one thing I've discovered is when you do that, you'll be surprised that on that day, it now looks as if it's not the same Sister Sandra that have been ministry every Sunday that is ministering that day. Can't be like say God comes in a new dimension. I'm talking based on what I've seen and experienced, shall not in my head kind of theory and stuff. Like, can we promote these people and encourage them? If I'm not talking about now if the person is not ready or the person is not serious. No. You as a church leader, you know there are people in your church that are dedicated and have grown to the maturity of ministering to others. They've been doing it consistently every other Sunday. Why can't they do it during your post conference? Why? Must it be if you cannot afford to bring a big man of God or a big music minister? Use your church choir. Use the people you have in your choir that are good enough. Put their face on the poster. I will always reference my KD church, of course, trust me. Because no, I learned a lot being in that church, being in that community. Because honestly, it's a community. Because they extend from not just KD, they extend to Jos. And the extension in Jos is even under another church. That's the funny thing. But there's so much close knittedness and communityness amongst them. That's so it's such a breath of fresh air. So I remember the first meeting I went for in that church. The first meeting I attended, it was a concert, so to say. It was a special program and it was a concert. Um, I saw the flyer and I just saw all these faces that I didn't know and stuff. So me, I just went because I was invited and I was legit bored at that point. I was fresh in KD. I needed to just at least enjoy something. So I'm like, and my own enjoyment. If you know me very well, it's only church. Now only church I did go. So as I saw concert, I said, let me go. So I went, and at the entrance of the church, we were given a flyer like for the program, like program of the day. And on the flyer, there were faces of each of those people and songs they have written. The lyrics was typed out on the flyer for each person that was in church that day. So they gave us at the entrance, and I was just going through it. I'm like, okay, all the special guests, that's nice. Let's see. And when the program started, me, I was expecting, okay, all these. So we're going to welcome Minister this upstage, sing this person go. You people know how all these concerts are now. This person goes, then when the next person wants to, they'll put maybe announcement in between, and then right now, a gyrating shout, a magnanimous clap, a gigantomous stamping of feet. We are welcoming Minister so. I was expecting all of that drama and all of that we know now. But then the meeting started. The way the meeting even started, I'm like, I'm not sure saying a concert now they do like someone just came and said like, good evening, church. Welcome to the tent. The particular thing that stuck with me that the person said like, but it was straight to the point. Like there was not even opening prayer. Just like welcome to church, and we're going to just be singing. I think they sang one hymn initially. There was no opening prayer. There was no structure of, and we are after this, after that. I was just looking, I was so shocked. I'm like, okay. And the hall was packed full. I'm like, una no even serious. Like, where is the seriousness, the gyration, and it's a concert. It's your people's special program. Worship is a worship sometimes. I think they do it quarterly or something like that. Me, I was expecting, this structure. You people know what I'm talking about now. From entrance safe, you go don't see greeters. They don't wear Ankara and co. Fine girls, fine brothers. They're welcome to church. You're so welcome. I'm not saying these things are wrong. Go, people come and misinterpret. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's nice, honestly. Fine people welcoming me to church. Why not? Fine people will make you smile, even if you don't want to smile. It's nice. I'm not arguing that. All I'm saying is there's no one way to this thing. So as I was talking my story go, that's how they now say, okay, for the first, let's check our pamphlet. The first song we're going to be singing is by Minister so. So the person came from the choir. I'm like, okay. Because the choir, at this point, the choir was already standing up stage. And they have this culture in that church that I honestly feel every church should have. Once you step into church like for a program, all these people will now be smiling, be shining teeth, be greeting you, say, how are you? That one, no, once you greet somebody, you hug each other. Oh, how are you? I was. That's everybody goes to their seat, sits down, you start praying. Nothing like before service starts, or if you happen to be in church before service starts, you're not expected to be gisting with your neighbor. You are here for business. So once you enter church, the seats, everybody starts to pray. And me, when I came out, me, I was just looking around. The person where I follow come, me, I one day follow and gist. I can't look around me to say everybody they pray. Now I comport myself. I just sit down. Comport maybe not be like say Nami could be alien. People were praying and I listened, you're trying to listen. What okay? Is it that they said a prayer points before I came or something? So the person behind me should just, Lord, I've come to your presence. I want to receive from you today. I want to receive from you. My heart is open. My heart is open. She was just, my heart is open. I'm like, yeah. Now so put they prepare for normal program. The thing hits me one place. I'm like, eh? Now me self just compose myself. Stay, oh God, oh me self, my heart is open. God, me self, my heart is open though. Let's not be that I just came so because me honestly, I came to enjoy myself. I'm like, oh, gyrating concerts. Let me go and enjoy myself and jump in the presence of I can't consist now. So like this thing serious. So that's what I do for you. Now so myself just compose myself serious. Now so I compose myself serious. My heart is open. Lord, myself, my heart is open. So when the guy after it was like, okay, we call on minister so to lead the first song. Me, I was expecting, that front seat now where they arrange guest ministers. They already put bottle of water. Protocol is matching them in big. They are wearing feedback in their ear. Abuse all this protocol and safety security people wearing black suits. They have match. They are carrying bag. Then the guest minister too is greeting all the people they met on the seat. Greeting. People know what I'm talking about. That's what I was expecting. But I said, welcome, Minister so. And the Minister so came from inside the choir. He was even standing at the back. Just came to the front. And I looked at this way. I'm like, Tani Shenkele. She concert, la wa oh girl. So all the people you put on the pamphlet is from Yupu's choir. Then this lady starts, I think the first year it was a lady, she starts to sing. I'm like, see voice, so she get voice so. I'm like, I will enjoy my. In 15 minutes, come and see presence. I'm like, now so now they do for year. Then that one passed. The first ministration passed. Then the main pastor came up stage and said he needed to say this. On the pamphlet, there were some pictures missing. I think there were some songs. The lyrics were there, but the pictures of the person that wrote this song and was going to lead the song was not attached. So he came on stage and apologized. Like, we are a house that honors our own. That thing touched me so much. I'm like, So I want to apologize to Sister This, your face not being on the pamphlet. I don't know what went wrong with the printing and stuff. Then they called, I think he called her to the front that this is the person who wrote this song. This is the person. So let's celebrate her. I'm like, please, how will this person, as they celebrate you for your own church like that, if she goes somewhere else to minister, she will know she's loved at home. It doesn't matter how that administration goes. She knows she's coming back to a house that honors. He was like, we honor and we respect our own. So I want to apologize to you for your face not being on the flyer. It should have been. I don't know what went wrong with the printing and all of that. This is the lady who wrote this powerful song and did it. I'm like, wow. And then the next singer, I was honestly expecting, okay, this is the preamble to the concert. So maybe at least there'll be one big minister now that you people have invited. No. I think the 6 or 7 people that sang were from the choir. They were even wearing the choir uniform. Sometimes when they now invite you as a choir person in the choir, if you've watched the movie I'm talking about, you are in the choir, but you have become big now. You don't want to wear uniform anymore. All of them were wearing uniform. They were wearing the same black on black. Then came this guy. This guy's ministration, I will not forget it in a long time because he came up stage and I looked at him. He had dreadlocks on his head. I came from a very conservative background. So pardon me if it's now that some of this religion is just breaking from my head. Pardon me, but really, sometimes it still hits me, and I have to like tell myself like God does not care whether he looks decent. Locks, what is wrong with locks? In fact, some people have come and tell us that Jesus had locks. I don't know how theologically correct that is, but if you think about it, I think so. So what are we talking about? He came off stage. He had locks on his head. The way he looked to me did not look like minister. I'm like, this one said minister. Oh, okay. Oh. Then they called him up stage and gave him the mic. He was the one that composed this particular song. So, and then he led this song. Oh my God. I can't forget the experience in a very long time, because I went to that program that day with a very heavy heart. I had gone through some things in that period that I was trusting God for relief from. Like, I was emotionally in a bad place and psychologically too safe. He sang this song, and I think I referenced this in my other podcast of us sitting in the presence of God. One song, just the vamp. He sang the entirety of the song. Then when he got to the vamp, led that vamp for more than like 30 minutes. I wept like a baby. Like, and I started looking at him. I'm like, I'm sorry for discriminating you, brother. The oil on your head is hot. It's flowing. What is this? Oh my God, I was so blessed. I was so blessed. Like, and as he was singing, he gave a word. And that word just came directly. You know, when somebody gives a prophetic word and it hits you in the face, like, yes, that is me. I wept like a baby. I wept, like I enjoyed God's presence. Why did I tell this story and all of this serene now? Is to tell you that, see, I said it last, I will say it again. God does not care about your celebrity, because it's like some minister is based on popularity now, not necessarily oil. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they don't have oil. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if we honor our own as much as we do these people, maybe they will also grow as much. You will build their confidence, you will build their esteem, you will also encourage them to seek God enough to have a palpable presence when they minister. Like, when they sing, something is coming. Because when you put that kind of expectation on, you tell somebody in your local choir now, okay, conference is coming, you are the one taking the lead worship, you are going to be the one to do the call to worship, you are going to have 40 minutes to worship. Person have not been praying up until that point where you tell and say, we are going to put your face on flyer. Best believe the person will go and do work and go and work and cook themselves. Like, I cannot come anyhow. For them to trust me with this is because they believe I can usher in the presence of God into this program. So I'm not going to come anyhow. Only if we build our own like that. All these big ministers people are seeing now, and music and teaching and all of that, they were under a church. They were under somebody that encouraged them to grow to that height. But some of us, you just, there are people in your choir, every time you don't even give them time to express. You don't, and you have sometimes you have even given them line up. You say, oh yeah, go and sing this. This is the list of. You don't allow them express. You don't really send them like that. You don't see them finish. How do they want to grow? How? All these ministers, Sumisola, don't sing. Was Theophilus? Theophilus was under our roommate. He was singing in his church he was just in the choir. And he kept building him, giving him platform until the world now has come to hear his sound. But some of you don't even, they send your choir people like that. Send them like that. We need to do better as church leaders, honestly. That's what I believe. For you to grow these ones, you have to encourage them. It's not just they can have unction and not have the confidence. You have to build the confidence in them. It get how person go feel. Where this thing happened in my church some time ago, and I was so happy, honestly. We had a worship program, and my pastor decided that it's the people in the choir that were going to come and minister. Even my friend was special girl. I was so happy and so proud. I'm like, yes, And I got to back her up. Like all of us did the same choir, but for that program, she came as a special guest and they gave her a seat beside the pastor. You get, they even welcomed her, special welcome. Please tell me how this person will not be confident to now go somewhere else to minister and feel like a guest minister. Because you honor them back at home. So even if outside no good, they know say they get house where they go come back to where they send them like that. So my point is, let's not see our own finish. Honestly, if you don't build the confidence in your pastors, if you don't build it in your, at least see one day just tell some you are preaching today. Because in most churches now, if you see, the pastor is always the one preaching every Sunday, preaching every Sunday. I'm not saying it's wrong. And there's always the fear too of, if new person can't come, I can't put person we never sound on stage to preach. Person can't go preach nonsense. There's a place of correction, honestly. It's something that it's something I've seen my dad do back home in my own local church. I still remember the first day my dad told me, "Oh, you are going to preach today." I'm like, "Daddy, no, I'm a singer. Wait to concern me with preaching, with teaching." And he said, "No, you're not just every singer can teach the word." And this is another thing I saw in that my KD church. I will always reference my KD church. I loved that church so much. I wish so much when I moved to a new town that I could move that church to where I was. Like, let me just move. I was missing the place a lot, a lot. Everybody in that church, I can't, okay, let me not generalize, but everybody I interacted with has the capacity to teach the word of God. That thing sweets me so much. Like it means they've digested, everybody have digested this thing. They know. It have entered them. Even a small boy was in adult Sunday school. This boy stood up to talk. He stammers, but as he was speaking, even me, I was learning something. I'm like, wow. He was talking and quoting scripture that even me, I did not know. I felt so ashamed. I'm not gonna lie. Shame, catch me. Shame, wear me jeans turtleneck that day. I'm like, ha. Omo, you man quote scripture to me money for. So my dad was like, "You're a singer, yes, but you have the capacity to talk. All this your talkativeness and cho. You know, go use and serve God. You are teaching today." And that thing, I went home that day, see me reading Bible, see me carry jota. God, please help my life. I cannot come and stand and be talking rubbish. I cannot. It gingered me to go and now sit down myself. And all this, if you check a lot of people that speak so well now, many of them started from the church. Even the ones that do motivational speaking now, because of training. If you don't give them platform, how do they want to improve? Okay, and we take Mike and say you give her 5 minutes. 5 minutes, bah. We're trying to train her to teach her this thing. Yeah, you should that we at least give her time for expression, or give him, call one of your pastors one day and just one of your subordinate pastors or something. You are preaching next week Sunday. Even if you preach nonsense, I've seen I think it happened to me, or was it my brother? I can't remember. My dad always does that thing where we just robe you and tell you, "Oh yeah, you're the one teaching Bible study and on Sunday. You're the one on Thursday. I can't even, Wednesday, it was Wednesday." If you say something wrong, he'll be like, he will wait, he will not cut you. No, he will wait when you have finished everything. My dad is such a soft spoken person. Why am I not saying this? I'm missing him. I miss you, daddy. He's such a soft-spoken person. So he will wait as you have done, you've taught everything. That particular thing that I noted you said wrong, or maybe not wrong, but maybe it slightly deviates from theology. After you have finished talking, my dad will know, okay, this thing that you said, let me just point it out now from a pastor. He used to say that thing from your pastor perspective, so that you not feel like, this is the way you talk, no make sense, no make sense, no, this thing you said is wrong. No. He will come up and say, from a pastoral perspective now, I will bring a balance to this thing you said, and this is the balance, this is the balance. That way you don't discredit everything the person said. So why can't we do that in our churches, please? Why? What is wrong with giving? Just pick one of your pastors one day, tell them ahead, maybe 2 weeks, in fact, 2, 3 weeks ahead. You are the one preaching on so dates. Then you can even ask to see the sermon notes before the Sunday so that you can maybe vet it or something. But if you don't put them up, how do they want to grow? And then you want to be spending 20 million, 30 million to bring minister when you have ministers in your house that you have not groomed, ministers in your house that you have not allowed grow. See finish from pulpit to the pew. Let's encourage our own. Let us encourage people under us. So I think I've done justice to this week soon. Yeah. So if you are a church executive and you're listening to me, it's time to put your members to work. Put the people under you to work so that they can also grow. Somebody had to trust Timothy with a church for him to know that it could be 17. I think, according to theology, I don't know, is he 7? He was a teenager, Sha. Let no man despise your youth. He was a very young guy that had to head a church. If somebody did not trust him with that, how would he have grown to know he could do it? So please, let's encourage our own. Let's grow our own. All these people you are looking up to were groomed by somebody. Let's also groom our own. And the Lord will help us. Of late, I've just been doing and talking church stuff. If you can't relate, I apologize. But please, it's a call. Do I apologize? I don't apologize, actually. I don't. I want you to come and join this family of love. Jesus is sweet. Jesus is sweet. Come and join us. Come and join us. Come and join us. Jesus is for you and me. Come and join us. Come and join us. Come and join us. Jesus is for you and me. Oh, come and join us. Bye. See you next week.